Welcome back to Traders Cast. I'm here with Artlana.
What's up,
I'm
brother?
super excited to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Bro, it's super exciting to have you on because I've seen you grow tremendously.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to continue to grow, and your art is a reflection of who you are. Like literally the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you move is all in a very like crazy fashion. But before all that art, where did you come from? Like, where were you born? Did you ever think you were going to do art to even begin with?
Man, it's crazy, man. I'm so thankful because where I came from, like I grew up like in the hood, like in the ghetto where we had no money. My parents, they came from Nigeria and moved to America, and then I was born in Atlanta, and like we didn't have no money, dirt poor, no food in the fridge, barely. Just struggling. Even in school, I used to get bullied. Kids used to make fun of me for like dressing like and wearing dirty clothes because I didn't have no
Same
money
here.
to afford clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like all up until fucking high school is when I like started to glow up because like I was old enough to start hustling. Like I was selling shoes to make money, and then I would be like the freshest kid in high school. But all my teachers hated me. Like for some reason, all my teachers hated me. And I knew I wasn't gonna go to college, bro. So I just dropped out of high school. I said, fuck it.
What shoes would you sell back then?
Jordans, nothing but retro Jordans, like
Retros.
ones all the way to fucking like
13,
15,
14?
14, all the way up.
Because after 14,
after 14, it's
it
like,
dies.
Yeah, it's like one of those.
Yeah.
But all the way. I had like every pair of Jordans, bro.
Yeah.
Just from flipping shoes. And
I flipped shoes as well.
Yeah.
I flipped typically retro Jordans from 1 through 13 because in my opinion, after the Jordan 13, everything, it loses style for me. From 1 through 5, I think 1, 3, 4, and 5 is like stupid hard.
Yeah.
Then the 11s, stupid hard as well.
Yeah.
But then 14, 15, it's like,
It's
what
like,
the fuck?
After 14 is like, yo,
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what.
Yeah. So you dropped out of school. From there, what did you do? And I'm assuming you dropped out of school at 16, 17?
No, I dropped out at 18.
18,
right
okay.
at the end, right in 12th grade, dropped out. But at the time, like I wanted to do music. Like I was doing music only.
Cool.
Music. I still do music though, but I was doing music only. I dropped out, left Atlanta, and I went to LA. I just went to LA. I didn't know a soul out there. I was fucking sleeping in IHOP, homeless, sleeping in hotels, wherever the fuck I could sleep. I would just go there just because I wanted to chase my dream, and I didn't give a fuck my situation at the time. I was only 18.
You were how old are you now?
I'm 28.
28. So that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago.
So at the time, you thought that LA would be the best place or environment for music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. At the time, it was. Before COVID, LA was like actually.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually cool. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
now after COVID, now it's like turned to a wasteland.
Yeah. A lot of people from LA say that because I've been to LA before COVID, and it was so different. Downtown was not as, it wasn't like what it is today. Like if you go to downtown today, regardless of who you are, watch your back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like people are looking to rob you. People are looking to see if you drive a nice car, they'll follow you to see where you go. It's kind of pretty like a war zone type because I went to Beverly Hills. I got a surgery right on my chest, and I went to Beverly Hills, and I was good. But I noticed that every time that I would see a Lambo, I would see a bunch of people look at it. And when they would look at it, they weren't looking at it to take pictures. I saw a lot of like grown men taking pictures of not the front of the car, but the back of the car for what? The license plate. Yeah. So I was like, yo, like there's demons out here in these streets. Like
crazy.
There's people that are trying to find you and trying to like see where you're going to go and see if you're alone. And then, you know, if someone gets a hold of your ID, it's so easy to just get a hold of everything else through your ID if they know what they're doing. But you were 18, you were sleeping in the streets, IHOPs, wherever you could find shelter, pretty much.
Yeah.
At what age was it that life hit you? Like, life hit me at 17. I'm like, I need a job, unfortunately. What was your first job like, besides selling shoes at school?
I never had a job ever in my life.
You've never had a job?
Never had a job.
So what did you do to, like, maintain yourself?
Bro, I was just always a hustler. Like, I would make beats. I would sell beats. I would do anything I could to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like I never wanted a boss. Like I never seen myself having a boss. I don't care like what my situation was. I was never gonna like take orders from anybody. Like that was just not me.
Yeah.
So I never got a job. I just always used to hustle. And when I was making music, I was just making beats. I would sell beats for like $200, from that time to time. But like music wasn't making enough money at the time because you got to be like super famous to really make money from music.
Yeah.
So I was doing that until 2020, until COVID happened. That's when I started doing art. And then I'm at the crib chilling, bored. I'm like, yo, let me go explore my other talents. So I went to the art store. I went to go get the canvas, the paint, started painting. All my friends were like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, you're good. You should take this serious. You can make a lot of money. And I'm like, like a light bulb just like went in my head. Like, I can make a lot of money. Okay, bet. Let me see. So at the time, I was like, fuck it. I was going on Instagram. I was like, message 100 people a day on Instagram. Just message 100 people, yo, you need to let me make a custom portrait for you every fucking day. So over time, I would start to close people. But at the time, I was only selling my art for like $250. But I would close like 10 people every day. So I was making like $2,500 a day just doing that. So I would fucking paint 10 paintings a day, just fucking going crazy for a whole year straight. And I stacked up so much money. And I was like, okay. I stacked up a lot of money. And then this is when my real breakthrough happened. My boy Purpose calls me. He's like, yo, Drake is having his birthday party in LA where I was at the time. He was like, you should paint him and his son and gift it to him.
Holy fuck.
And I was like, oh shit, that's a good
I've
idea.
heard the story. You had to like sneak in.
Yeah. Fucking crazy,
yo,
bro.
Say this. Talk about it.
He calls me. I'm like, okay, bet. And mind you, he calls me at like 4 a.m. out of my sleep, and the party's the next day. So I only had like a limited time to paint this painting. And it's on a 6 foot tall, big ass painting.
Yeah. And so you were in LA at the time?
Yeah, I was in LA.
Yeah.
So I paint the painting, and then I bring it to the party next day. But I bring it to the party before the party starts so I can get in. But the security's already there. It's like 7 p.m. The party starts at 11. Security's there. I walk up. The security's like, what the fuck you doing with this big ass painting? I was like, fuck. I had to think of an excuse. I was like, yo, Drake's dad told me to surprise him with this painting. And they were like, they believed me. They're like, okay, bet. They're like, let him through. So they let me through to the green room where Drake was going to be at. I put the painting there, and then I leave. And then I come back around 11:30 when the party's fucking jumping. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's outside. I'm seeing all these celebrities. Then I walk up. I see a long-ass line, but I skipped the line. I walk to the front. The security remembers me. He's like, oh, yeah, let him through. So they escort me.
Nice.
They escort me to the green room where Drake's going to be at, like I'm a celebrity or some shit at the time. And then they escort me. I walk into the green room. My heart's beating. I'm like, shit, man. I walk into the green room. I walk in. I see Drake. I'm like, all right, this is it. I tell Drake, I'm like, yo, I'm the one that painted that. He looks at me. He's like, nah, for real? I'm like, yo, that was me. He was like, what, bro? This shit is amazing, bro. I fucking love this shit.
Do you have
like,
a picture of it?
Yeah, I have a picture.
Okay, awesome.
We'll pull it up. Yeah, I have the picture. Painting's fucking insane, bro. Like, 6 foot tall. It's probably one of my best pieces I've ever done.
And then, you did it in like a couple hours.
Yeah, like 3 hours, bro. Did like 3 hours. He fucking posted it, and like everybody's blowing my phone. We see you on Drake's story.
6 feet.
6 feet tall. Big ass painting.
So like, if you guys are trying to imagine how big that is, just like look at yourselves in the mirror. And if you're 5 feet, imagine something a little bit taller. You had to paint all of that in a couple hours for Drake. Yo,
and it was fucking crazy. And then my fucking career just like started to skyrocket.
So Drake posts it on his Instagram story.
Yeah.
What happens to your Instagram after?
Bro, I was starting to get like literally like 500 DMs a day. Like people like, oh, well, you love your work. My followers start going up. And I'm like, shit. And then at the time, like, shit, I'm not charging $250 no more.
Fuck that.
Like,
you know your worth.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, I start charging $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. And then like people were like, yo, people were actually like starting to buy my work because it was different types of people that started hitting me up. Like people with a higher value of network, and like all these bigger brands would hit me up for pieces and murals and stuff. So it was just like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from that point forward, when did you get into the cars? Because I think the cars is like so fucking cool and lit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Literally a year ago.
What was your first car?
My first car was my car. I did my Hellcat.
Yeah, I've seen the blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second car, I did my G-Wagon. And then the third car, I actually did, he's a trader, Alex G.
Okay, cool.
And,
Alex.
Yeah, you know Alex. And Sebastian. And I did their car at the same time. Sensei, yeah. I did the car in 2022. Yeah, December for Art Basel. I painted both of their Lamborghinis at the same time.
Dope. Yeah.
And then so that was that. I wasn't really thinking nothing than that. I was just like, yo, you want to paint my car? And I was like, bro, to be honest, I don't know what to do with it, so I'm gonna just throw paint on your car. I just throw paint. He's like, fuck it. So I threw the paint on the car. And then, so Neil, he was there. You know Neil.
Yeah.
Artbeast Trading.
I get my watches from him and his brother.
Neil. So Neil was there, right? He seen it. And, Neil is 6ix9ine's jeweler, too. So
yeah.
And then a month goes by after that show. Neil calls me. He's like, yo, Arlen, I got 6ix9ine on the phone. He was like, yo, he wants you to paint all his cars. I showed him what you did for Art Basel for Alex and Sebastian. So he wants you to paint all his cars. I'm like, oh, shit, it's crazy. So I was like, yo, pull up. Just come throw paint on all my shit. So, and then that's when
my favorite car, by the way, that you've done is the Aventador for 6ix9ine. That shit goes hard as fuck.
Is fucking,
yeah.
That shit is crazy. In person is like a movie. It's
even
insane.
Crazier.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
So from there, you go to 6ix9ine, you splatter all his cars. Yeah. There's a white G-Wagon with a blue interior. Yeah. Was that his too?
Yeah.
Yo, that shit goes hard. The interior.
Yeah, the interior goes crazy with the blue paint, bro. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what has been the most amount of money that you have sold a piece for till date?
Right now, 163,000.
What piece was that?
It was a mural. I did like a 70-foot wall in somebody's office.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and that was like my first big like one time just a one-off check. And
yeah. How long did it take you to do that?
It really only took me like a whole day.
Damn, 160K in one day.
Yeah, one day.
Fuck.
At the time, I was about to lowball myself because I was like, this is like the first time really like doing something that big.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, shit. I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'll do it for 200K. And then he just negotiated. We all negotiated to 163K. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So 160K. It was 70
foot wall.
70 foot. My bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what would you charge for that today?
Today, 70-foot wall, probably over. I gotta at least get like 300K. Cause my time is like my most valuable thing now. So like,
fuck yeah,
my time into
fuck
I
yeah,
have to charge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why like I don't do too many like paintings no more because like I don't want.
I think it makes you so much more exclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm keeping myself more exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I like doing the cars because like, of course, people with Lamborghini, they can afford $30,000 for me to paint their car, and like, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't take me fucking hours to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I think the car though, I was here with Shane, your manager. Mm-hmm. He explained to me the cars is just, it's a lot more than you just throwing paint. No, it's a whole experience.
No, it is. It's an experience, yeah.
Where you're either doing it at a significant event, you may be doing it at, just privately for one guy, but it's a whole experience that comes with it. And then on top of that, the car gains value.
Yes, it does.
Because it's a one out of one piece. Mm-hmm. Like there is no other Lambo Huracan designed by you in that specific color, in that specific way. It's a one out of one piece, so it gains value.
Yep.
With that being said, how many people have reached out to you saying, hey, paint my Lamborghini, but then because Shane's like, yo, there's a bunch of people that hit us up thinking we do this shit as charity.
Yeah, for free. Like,
yo, so how many people think that this is for free?
Yo, so many people, bro. Like every day, people are like, yo, can you paint my... People even be like, yo, can you paint my Honda Civic? I'm like, are you kidding me? Right? Like,
for the right price?
Like, if I didn't have to like keep my value, then okay, I'll do it for you. But I just can't. I can't do that. That's gonna like devalue my brand. You know what I'm saying? I can't paint your Honda Civic. I wish I could, but I can't. So it's like people like hit me up every day, like, yo, thinking like I'm doing it for fun. I mean, it is fun, but I'm not just doing it for fun.
Yeah, like, this is a career. Yeah, this is business at the end of the day.
It's business. So it's like people hit me up every day.
Yeah, that's one of the major things I let people know when they talk to me. I'm a really cool guy to talk to, but when it's business, it's business. I'm not laughing about something with you. Like if you tell me something incorrect, let's say we're talking about numbers and you tell me one wrong number, I'm not doing business with you.
Wow.
You get me? That's something that is like very serious to me. One of the biggest things I wanted to ask you, man, is because I asked you right now, how much would you charge for that 70-foot wall? And you said at least $300K. So your value, right, and what you think of yourself is so high, which it should be, by the way. How many people are friends of yours that were friends a year ago, are still friends today, and act like friends, but they're hating on your success? Because in 1 year, I mean, last year when I started following you, you were like 200K. And when I say last year, I'm talking about the beginning, like January of 2023. Now you've went to 1 million plus Instagram followers. Your value for everything is skyrocketed. You're posting pictures where you're like, hey, those investors, my bad, because of Forex. Hey, those people who got in early to my art, right, have pieces that cost them $500, but those pieces now are worth 550, 500 grand, depending on the piece. How many people that call you your own friends are hating on you?
Man, it's crazy. Cause
is that a deep thing to ask?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like I do have people that act like they're my friends, but they're hating. Yeah. But I'm not 100% sure. But I only have a few people in my circle that I know, like, these are my brothers. I trust them. You know what I'm saying? These are, like, it's only, I can count them on my hand. But other than that, the people outside of that, I wouldn't doubt that if they're hating on me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't doubt.
Yeah, because like there's people that have the audacity to call themselves my friends, and then every time I post a car on my Instagram or anything I do, they're hating. Yeah, and
no congratulations.
They're making it seem as a joke, so it doesn't come off as hating. Yeah, you see.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy because you're gonna get bigger. Your art's gonna continue to skyrocket. Yeah, and you're gonna just attract more haters. And the way I deal with them is I let them. Yeah. You got me? I let them hate. And every time they comment on my stories, I don't really even reply. I heart it.
Yeah, say.
You got me? I heart it. I'm like, yo, keep watching. Something I would never do is block a hater. I would never block a hater. I want him to see me succeed. I want him to see everything. You got me?
And haters make you more successful when you think
about 100%. They're supporting your business more than anyone else.
Exactly.
They're the ones commenting, causing the algorithm. How many people actually, that's a good thing that I just mentioned. They're the ones commenting, causing the algorithm on Instagram to skyrocket. How many people say, oh, all you're doing is throwing paint. It's so easy.
Bro, so many.
Why don't you go do it?
Exactly.
Yo, why don't you make a career out of it? Why don't you go charge, how much do you typically charge for, like, let's say a McLaren or a Lambo?
At least 30K. That's the lowest.
Go charge 30K. Tell me how it works out for you.
Exactly.
You get me? With my career, I do Forex. People are like, it's so easy. You just sit behind a computer. Well, motherfucker, go do it.
I tried Forex, bro. I lost so much money, bro.
When did you try Forex?
Bro, I was doing it in 2022, bro. I lost $250,000 in one day.
Holy fuck.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Who were you following at the time or taking advice from?
Nobody. I was just doing it. Like, I was just doing it because I was winning at first. I was trading gold. And this is when, like, the election happened in 2022 when fucking gold just went, like, skyrocketed. But I had sales and I was already in, like, hella drawdown. And then fucking I blew my whole account, like, just in one day.
Holy fuck. This reminds me of so I posted this. I have a reel on this. I'm gonna show you the reel. My biggest loss ever happened on a day that I had an EA. An EA is like a robot that trades for you. It was trading gold. The same day, it takes a bunch of selling positions. And it was something called martingale strategy. A martingale strategy means, basically, very simplistic to explain in like math or like to explain it in like a very like first grade level. Whenever you take a position and it goes against you, it's gonna keep adding positions. So when it does turn around, since you already had all those positions, as soon as it passes one, profit. So the market, gold shot up so fucking hard. You got me? That shit had a boner that day. That shit was crazy that day. And it's 9:30 a.m. I'm flying to Los Angeles. Yeah. And I put my phone down because I'm going through TSA and, the whole thing. For like 20 minutes, I'm waiting in line, waiting for the dog to fucking check me and shit. Going through everything. And then I'm waiting to get my phone from the little thing that goes. Yeah. Guess what happened? What? The fucking machine stops working. So they're like, nobody touch everything. Nobody touch anything. So I'm like, what the fuck? So the machine stops working for 20 minutes, right? So for 20 minutes, nobody could touch anything. Nobody could move. We're in an airport. You get me? The machine that basically checks your luggage, guys, like your carry-on.
Yeah.
So then I get my phone back, and I'm thinking I'm in profit. I'm like, these trades are going good. Bro, I look at my phone, $400,000 negative. And the worst part about it, it wasn't even my money. It was investors' money.
Oh, my.
I was like, fuck.
God.
So then it kept adding positions because the way martingale works is if the market's going up, it'll add a position, add a position, add a position. And it kept getting worse and worse. When I first started, it was 200. Then it went to 220, 240, 260, and just it got to 400,000. And then there I'm like, fuck this. I closed it. I closed it all off because the reason I closed it was because it was profit. It wasn't their initial balance. So put it this way. Let's say you give me $10 and I take your $10 to 20.
Yeah.
And then I lose 4 of them. What I lost was profit. I didn't lose your actual money. So because it wasn't their initial, I didn't want to risk it. I'm like, why am I going to risk more when I could close it here and recompose myself and unfuck myself from whatever just happened and then basically get back to it. I closed in about a 428,000 negative.
Damn.
I still had a little bit of profit in the account, but it scared me. And since it scared me, I'm like, hey man, your account, you gave me it with 1 mil. It has 1.2. I made you 200K. I don't even want my profit split.
Yeah.
Just keep your account. And then from there, I never manage money for someone else again.
It's too stressful.
Because imagine if I would have lost that. Most people, nobody is going to be like, oh, it's cool. You know, you were just looking out for me. If anyone that you lose money for is going to be like, okay.
Yeah, bro.
When am I going to have my money?
Exactly.
You get me?
Yeah, you don't play with money. That's shit.
And there's people out here that you don't play with their money. Like, that's why the guy, remember how the arena used to be called FTX?
Yeah, I remember about that.
Yeah, that guy had to hide in the Bahamas from everyone because people were out there looking to fuck him up.
Yeah, he took billions.
Right now, he's under custody.
Yeah,
like protectional. I don't know. It's not custody. It's a protection home program.
Yeah,
where they hide you somewhere and they're always protecting you because people want to fuck you up.
I know, bro. Even like I've been got caught in some fucking trading funds and worst shit that ever happened to me, bro. It was crazy.
You lost 250. Is that where you're like, oh fuck this? I'm gonna art is my thing.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that and some other forex shit, and then like after that.
Something, by the way, in terms of art, I'm looking at this Juitos bottle, a piece that you did that I love. So I collect tequilas, right?
Oh, yeah, I see it over there.
If you want, can you guys get me 2 of the shot cups with that purple bottle? That one? So that's a Clase Sud Dia de los Muertos. In my opinion, it's one of the best tasting bottles ever.
Damn. I've never seen that bottle.
It's super rare, right? I like collecting tequilas. I have a crazy collection upstairs and stuff like that. So you have this bottle, this Clase Sud bottle. You have the Clase Sud, the original, just the white and blue one. Everyone knows which one it is.
Yeah.
You drop it, and then you make this like
art piece out of it. Yeah,
portrait. Bro, that shit was badass.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
How long did that take you?
Bro, that took me like an hour, honestly.
An hour?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yo, that piece to me was like badass.
Nah, that piece is crazy. Everybody loves that piece.
Yo, you're gonna absolutely love this.
Is this Repo? What is this?
This is
Anejo?
Anejo, yeah. But it was created in a whiskey barrel.
Let me see the bottle. This is fucking crazy.
Yo, it's insane. But in my opinion, it's the best tasting tequila.
Nah, this is
from Clase Sud, at least, the best tasting one I've had.
The guy had told us it was handmade. Every one of them is different because.
Yeah. So this is handmade and hand painted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was created in whiskey barrels, and then it's put here. It's tequila that they put in a whiskey barrel for the flavor of the barrel.
Yeah.
And then they just put it here.
Wow. Fire.
But cheers, man. Tell me what you think about this shot.
All right. Oh, bro, I enjoy it.
Smooth?
Well, that's pretty smooth, though.
Yeah. Bro.
That's pretty smooth.
It's one of my favorites. Yo, I did want to ask you about this. Are you into the clubbing scene a lot?
Bro, I don't really club like that,
But every time I see your Instagram, you're having like a blast. Like it looks like a whole fucking movie.
If I do club, yeah, I'm going to Gala because I'm cool with the owners. You heard of Gala? It's a club in South Beach.
Never heard of it.
The owners, you heard of Rolling Loud?
Yeah.
So the owners of Rolling Loud, they own that club too. So
Okay.
yeah, I just come there and just vibe.
Which part of South Beach? Is it more towards like Ocean
It's
or
like
7th?
right. Bro, I don't even know.
I hate street
bro.
addresses.
Yeah, bro.
People are like, oh, and what addresses? I'm like, here's the pin.
No,
from
no,
Google
yeah.
Maps. Like, I don't know addresses for shit.
Yeah, bro. I don't really know South Beach like that, but it's like right by the W's South Beach. You know where the
Oh
W
yeah,
is?
now I know.
Yeah, it's like
By
right
the
there.
W.
Yeah, and it's Fountain Blue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. So it's like by North Miami, around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking about that, you lived in LA, you lived in Atlanta, and now you're living here in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you pick and why?
Miami. Miami is the best city in America, bro. Like, bro, the weather. I mean, it rains sometimes, but the weather's still good.
Yeah. The weather this whole week's going to be so good.
Yeah, it's gonna be-
Like 70, 68.
yeah, but it's not gonna be all rainy and shit.
Yeah.
The weather, the opportunities, the energy out here, the people, the woman.
By the way, I did want to ask you that. Did you start your art in LA? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You started in
yeah,
LA.
I started in LA. Yeah.
Do you think that you grew bigger in art when you moved to Miami?
Yes.
What caused you to move over here, by the way, from LA?
Man, fucking crazy story, man. My fucking house got robbed in LA. Like, cause I stayed in a fucking 10,000 square foot mansion in LA. Like, huge, like suburban neighborhood, nothing but like rich Asian people in my neighborhood.
Asian.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like the richest Asians like ever. Gated, like had a gate in my house, bro. So I don't know how they found my crib, but it's literally 12. It's broad daylight. It's 12 p.m. in the day, and I'm in my room, and my brother is upstairs, and then my other boy, he's upstairs. They're asleep, but there's people in the living room. Like I had friends over, but I was in my room, and then all I hear is, "Everybody, put your hands up and empty out your fucking pockets right now."
the fuck?
That's all I hear from them. But I thought it was my friends just playing
Yeah.
around and shit.
Fuck it, yeah,
Yeah.
pranking you.
Yeah, and it gets all quiet, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, we getting robbed." And then I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then
Where were you at the time?
I was in my bedroom.
In your
downstairs.
bedroom,
My
okay.
bedroom was downstairs, and and I hear everything going on. I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I was like, "Fuck that!" I picked my phone up. I call 911, and luckily we stayed like right next to the fucking police station. But for somehow they were able to steal all my collectibles. They tried to take my paintings. They fucking
When you say collectibles, what is
like
that?
art collectibles.
Oh,
like
art collectibles.
cars, collectibles, like some shit I was just collecting, like over like 100K worth of collectibles. They fucking took like 50K cash. They took some other shit, and somehow the police got there, right? And the robbers were still in the house when the police got there, and they still got away.
With everything.
Yes. Bro, it's fucking weird. So I hear the police, boop, boop. Then the robbers, they hear the police. So they like, oh shit, I hear them running because they try to tie everybody
Are you hiding
up.
under your bed?
No, I'm in my closet hiding. Because, bro, they were taking everybody upstairs to go tie them up and shit. Cause they
Oh,
wanted
that's
to,
some crazy
They wanted to
shit.
clear the whole house out, bro. So that's what they were doing. They didn't realize I was in the room. Thank God I was down there.
Fuck, that's
I
crazy.
saved everybody. And so the police, you hear boop, boop, outside. They're like, oh, fuck. You start hearing them screaming, running downstairs with all the fucking collectibles and shit. Somehow they fucking burst through the door, got in the car. The police started to chase them, right? And they caused 2 accidents because they fucking ran red lights and fucking just like they got away. And then the police was just like, yo, they got away.
To this day, did they ever catch them?
I don't know.
Wow.
That's when I was like, the next day, I was like, got my flight.
Was Shane there?
Shane wasn't there, nah. He wasn't there. Shane wasn't there, bro. I
Fuck.
left, bro. I didn't feel safe at all. No more. Like,
Fuck that.
just left, bro.
How many people were there that got tied up? Or like how many people were?
Well, there was like 4 people. They didn't get tied up, but they were tried. That's what they were going
Yeah.
to do.
And they came in, I'm assuming, with guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 dudes with fucking guns, bro.
Fuck. Yo.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. The movie, bro. And then, I mean, honestly,
Did you have cameras inside the house?
yeah, we had cameras, but they all had masks and shit.
So you have a video of how it looks like.
Yes, I have that stuff.
Fuck. That's crazy.
I still remember the car, orange Hellcat.
Of course it is.
Of course, the Hellcat, a Dodge Charger.
Yo, fucking Vin Diesel, Dom Toretto here.
Bro, fucking.
It's about family.
But honestly, I'm happy that happened, bro, because I wouldn't be here in Miami, bro. And if I never came to Miami, I don't even know how my art career
would have turned out.
Especially with Art Basel here. Like, I had the craziest Art Basel show last year.
Let's talk about your brand.
Yeah.
Artbeast.
Yeah, Artbeast.
Right? I love how you have it tattooed on you. Do you have more tattoos, by the way?
Yeah, I got art right here.
Yeah.
My old music band, Lucky Number.
Yeah.
My whole chest. Yeah, I got that.
I got my whole arm, my whole chest, this whole arm. I got all my tattoos from Ganga. Have you ever heard of him in LA?
Did he do Max or no?
Mac as in Mac Fitness?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He's from LA. He runs a pretty big operation when it comes to tattoos, like pretty big. But with your brand, I mean, I've seen it just explode. I actually copped the hoodie from you guys.
Oh yeah.
What does Artbeast represent to you? It almost sounds like Art Basel, but Artbeast.
Yeah. I mean, Artbeast.
What's your goal with the brand?
Yeah, it's a whole brand. Like, it's a clothing brand. It's also an art label. You know how the music labels, they sign like the artists, musicians. So I'm gonna be like signing painters under the label and like putting them on, giving them the platform to give them exposure. You know what I'm saying? Giving them clients, and it's brand new because art galleries, they take half of your money. They take 50% of whatever you sell, and we're not even taking 50%.
Oh, shit.
We're gonna take like 20 max.
And an art gallery, from my understanding, it's like, let's say Art Basel.
Yeah.
As an example, you go into a certain room. This is the art.
Yeah.
And I'm selling it for $20. They take half.
Yeah. They take
just
half
for presenting
just
it.
for presenting it.
Sounds like Amazon. They take half just for storage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're revolutionizing the art game, because the art game's been like that forever, for hundreds of years. Nobody has ever came and be like, I'm stepping in, I'm building this art label agency where I'm putting other artists on and giving them exposure.
The reason I think it's like that is because most artists are only artists.
Yeah.
They're not business people. You get me? And it's like, there's people who are so good in that one thing, singing, art, racing, for example.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to create the business around it. Like, a good example is fighters, right? How many fighters do you know that if they would promote themselves correctly, have a better Instagram, they would have more engagement, therefore make more money from these organizations? They're fucking amazing at fighting.
Yeah.
But because they lack the business aspect, they're not making the money that they claim they should be making.
Wow.
Does that make sense? And it's the same thing with
true.
art.
Yeah.
There's artists that will grab this, make it look even better than what it is. And because they don't know negotiation, sales, business,
they don't sell them.
It doesn't sell.
Bro, 90%
how they think it's
of
gonna
artists
sell.
don't sell. 90%, bro, of artists cannot make a living off of art.
Wow.
It's proven. And I know some talented artists that could draw the perfect picture, like perfect, but they cannot sell the art for $100.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really all about branding.
You're right. You know why? Go to Disney World. How many people are just sitting there drawing a really fucking nice picture?
Yeah.
And they can't even sell it to 100,000 people that walk by for $100.
Wow.
Because when you think about Disney, every day there's 20, 30,000 people. How many people walk by these people?
Wow.
And most of the time that you walk by, they're just waiting. Maybe they're drawing up a kid's face or something, but it's not like at your level. That's what I'm saying. Most people do not know how to make it a business.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's why they fail. That's why, in my opinion, if you're not good in sales, if you're not good in logistics, if you're not good in structure, hire a manager. You got me?
Yeah.
If you don't have money for a manager, create a presentation, go to someone and say, hey, right now I'm not making shit, but this is my work. In 6 months from now, in 3 months from now, when I'm making something, you could keep an X percentage of this if you help me, develop who I am now and help me out.
And not even if not that, you can even go to YouTube and search.
There's so many things.
Bro, so many different opportunities where all the information is there. People are just too lazy to just, you know what I'm saying? They just want everything given to them. You got to go out there and fucking research, search for it, fetch all the information so you can apply the knowledge.
And the worst part about it is in all my podcasts, I talk about this.
Yeah.
And there's people who have seen episode 1 and then they're now going to watch this episode and they haven't done shit.
Damn.
That's what hits the hardest. There's people who have seen the first episode of this podcast where I talk about, you know, go do something. It could be whatever industry you want it to be. Just be different.
Yeah.
Figure out what problem there is. Solve the problem. Sell the problem. But there's people that are watching this episode that have watched every single episode and haven't done shit about their situation. And it's crazy to me because, yes, I'm super grateful for the support and the views.
Yeah.
But my whole goal with this podcast is to bring my guest on, see where they're at, bring them in 12 months again to see where they're at now, like just see the whole come up.
Yeah.
But my goal is to see in the comments people saying, hey, this has helped me change my life. I saw your podcast and from that day forward, I changed this and it helped me acquire this. That's my real goal with this podcast.
Wow.
I don't give a fuck about the money with this podcast. I have money.
Yeah.
The only thing I care about doing with this podcast is helping as many people as possible by bringing people like you who came from the streets of Atlanta and now you're living here in Miami, having artwork that's going to be appraised in the next couple years at millions of dollars.
Exactly.
That is a fucking story. But, bro, with that being said, I appreciate you so fucking much for coming.
Of course, brother.
And we are going to do something massive, so stay tuned for that, guys. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.